Well, I've been studying government programs for 40 years now. Man, I'm an old guy doing this stuff. But I'm really trying to do for these 40 years to show people the alternatives they have to get out of debt, pay bills, do things they want to do in life. And one of the major questions I get more than anything else is, they don't have money to pay their bills, or they're running out of money, or they can't pay bills, things like that, and debt. So what I put together here is a report, and I do this for Lesco Help members. And if you're not a Lesco Help member, uh, and you're watching this on YouTube, in the description I have sources. There's a free website. You can get a lot of this stuff and figure it out yourself, and just listen closely what I talk about here. So if you're this is really for everybody living in America, whether you're, an American citizen or not, or green card holder. A lot of these things, it doesn't even matter. So you always check these sources because they're either from nonprofit organizations or government offices. They're not people trying to make money from you. So that's what everybody knows. They know if they have to get out of debt, they have to sell 3 of their children, or whatever, or live in a homeless shelter for a while. No, they're options, but they take work, and you have to know where to go. So I put them all in one little report here for people to know about this stuff, particularly our members, because they're used to this. Okay, where do you start first? Okay, here I have a report here. You click on this link here, and this is how these are free financial counselors that the government gives grants to help you with any kind of financial debt problem, bills problem, foreclosure, anything to do with personal finances. They're free. They don't charge you anything. They don't make money on commissions by pointing you to a credit card company, all this kind of stuff. No money except government to help you get the best thing. See, if you're going to go look for this stuff on Google, they're going to go and take you to where they make the most money. And you want somebody who doesn't operate that way. And that's hard to find nowadays in the world of Google, because Google shows you people who make money from you so they can make money. So these are hard to find. But here's a report here. So if you remember, you get this report and you see it's a free help to get out of debt, fix your credit card, and or have your debt forgiven. So these are the sources that people. Oh, that's another one. So here's a report, and there's everything here: how to avoid foreclosure and foreclosure eviction, help in debt in your business, only pay 10% of what you owe, things like this. So all these tricks about bills and debt and stuff like that, and the people that will help you with them for free. Now that's cool too. That's what you really need. You need to talk belly to belly to somebody, and that's what I'm trying to do for people. Okay, so the next thing you do is, if you're a senior, there's a source sort of like that, not as complete, but they could point you to these things. What I'm trying to do is show you here, when you're starting, who can you talk to help you? Sort of like if you were living next door to me or something, you caught me on the street, we could sit down 20 minutes and I'll show you all the stuff. Yeah, that's what these people do. So they study it all the time. This is for seniors, and this is your area office on aging for seniors. So, and it varies. I would start at 50 years old or more. Probably they take care, even lower. They will. These people aren't making a commission, so they could help you, and all they're doing is directing you to the sources that are set up, particularly for seniors, free legal help, free all kinds of stuff, fix some stuff, pay bills, everything. So here's a report for them here. You just click on this thing. And remember, this is the whole report will not be in the description. I'll just put sources for a free report I have, or a free website that tells you about how to find these sources. Okay. But if you're a Lesco member, you get this whole report. And that is, let's see, where that, no, here, no, not that one. Okay, seniors. Okay, so that's where it is. Okay, I see I forgot one here. Okay, let's go back. Rewind the tape. Okay, because what you want to do is this first one here. After you went to the free financial counselor, there's another report here. This is a report that we have done for every state that shows you all the offices in that state whose job, listen to this, okay, their job, their single job, purpose for living, and what they get grant money to do is help people who are in financial trouble. Okay, you hear that? Because that I think is very important. What I didn't know until I find these, that you mean we have government offices that are sitting there just to help people in financial trouble? Does Chase Bank know that? No, they want to sell you money. So these are the people you contact. So we have a list for every state. Members get that list, and it is wonderful because actually in the list, I have, okay, here it is. Yeah. A whole bunch of other helpful hints and other sources. But most importantly, you download the list for your state and contact all the people in your state. So it's going to take some time. This is not a 5-minute thing and you get your life back to square one when you spent years, months, or whatever, decades getting in this trouble. You're not going to get out of it in 3 minutes. Yeah. So get ready. And everything. Here's money, a benefits checklist, sources of help for raising children. See, a lot of these kind of programs that help you pay for things are at the local level. So that's right. These are offices at the local level who know about the programs in your state. Now, don't forget, every program, every office you call is not going to know everything. That's why you have to call them all. Everybody doesn't know everything. It can't. It's up and down. Even how to get free Wi-Fi, how to pay for burial services. I mean, this is stuff you would never think about that. Or how to get a car for free, things like that. So they vary from state to state. So that's why we have the list of all the people in your state whose job it is. So you go down, hey, and when you call them, you try to make an appointment with them. Don't just be sent to a website. And it may be hard to call, sure, and you may not get through to everything, sure, but you got to try to get there in person. Get your voice, whatever, make an appointment to see them in person. That's the key. That's how you get more than anything else. Okay, so we have that. We have the area office on aging. Oh, veterans. See, there's another separate service in the United States just for veterans in trouble, any kind of trouble. But these are only veteran programs. And the problem I see with veteran program, that's the only one you're going to do if you're veteran. No. That's just a piece. I mean, veteran programs, there's thousands of other programs that do the same thing veterans programs are. So you're going to miss all the other stuff if you rely on just veteran. So if you're a veteran, you call this office. It's called the County Veteran Service office, and they're all over the country. And the data I've seen by reports, by independent accountants and everything, they get more money for veterans than anybody else in America. That's right. They're trained to do that. That's all they do. They know the veterans program. So that's right. If you're a vet, you check there. But you don't stop there. No, sir. You go to all the other places too. But non-vets can't go here. Vets can. So that's why it's here. And if somebody else, belly to belly stuff, talk to somebody, help you. That's the really way to get help. You can't get help just by reading stuff on the internet because it's probably not true, right? We've heard of that before. Okay, now what do you do? Okay, veterans. Okay, the other thing you do is make sure you know there's 2 big programs now that Biden put out, one for grants for rent and utilities, another one for mortgage, property taxes, and other kind of expenses for homeowners. So you want to know about those programs. I got a link here for them. So you go to, now I got it. Bans, Biden grants for rent, utilities, mortgage, property. Okay, and all the stuff is there. How to find your local, because that's what you have to do is, again, you got to find the local office, and these things dance around a bit. So I got a lot of helpful hints and everything, but that's what you do. That's a base to touch. See, what I'm trying to do is set up a program. So, here's what you do, because what happens, you go to Google, you're going around for 15 weeks maybe, and finding nothing. Okay, this is how to make sure you find everything to do with paying your bills, and you just go down the list and see what happens. Take an item or 2 a day, a week, a month. I don't care, whatever you got. Okay, so you want to do that. Now, Biden also has a whole bunch of programs just for people. No, that's it. Okay, for in the stimulus package for families, with children and not children. So go through that closely. I have the whole list here that you could go through and find out all the programs and how to find out about them. Okay. So that's what you want to do, because there are lots of grant money, particularly of children. Children living at home up to about 17 years old. Boy, there's a lot of money there. And even there's a special program for families with no children or individuals with no children. Now they have more stringent requirements, and the payouts aren't as big, but it's still like $1,500 or something. So you want to know about that, and that's how to find out about that. So it's all there. Okay, so let's see. So we got Biden. Okay, now here's the other thing. Okay, so you can't. See, the first group I just told you about is how to get cash from the government, nonprofit organizations, or whatever, to pay your bills and debt and things like that. Okay, there's another way to do this: is do something and get paid for it, right? so if you could work, do something, any way that you could, earn money. You could knock on a door and, lady, I'll clean your backyard, for $100 instead of looking for $100 grant. So here's where you go. That the government is set up to help you do that. Okay. Now, what you want to do is go to something called the Career One-Stop Service. You want to work or not or whatever. Call, make an appointment, see what they can do for you, because what you think about government helping you is old. It doesn't mean anything anymore. Okay, what you want to do when these people know about the government cash assistance programs too, for people who are not working. So you want to find out. So that's a way to get somebody belly to belly instead of going around in circles in Google or calling some expert like me, or I'm guessing what the hell is in your state. Every state is good. So you could call, make an appointment with one of these people, Career One-Stop Service, and ask, hey, I'm not working, can't get a job or whatever. And they'll tell you, because there's an extension and the extension and the extension on unemployment benefits. There's other things. If you've been, your company that you used to be at hurt by imports, other programs that just have emergency money to pay you. I mean, just stuff you and I just can't come up with it. That's why you just go and dig and see. It's like somebody like finding jewelry in the sand. I'm thinking of these people with the Geiger counters or whatever it is, the magnetic detectors, and find a diamond ring in the sand. That's what you have to do. Think of doing that, not making one phone call and having all your problems solved. That won't work anymore. Okay, now here's another thing. What they do, they know who's hiring right away. They know what kind of jobs with your background you could probably get tomorrow. They know all this kind of stuff because they do this every day. You and I are looking at the papers and whatever, the internet, maybe it looks like they're hiring. You don't really know. But people all check with this office when they hire somebody because they give them money to hire people. Oh, that's right. Then you could also get money to your employer to hire you, because you'll find out about programs where if you don't have money to learn a skill or something like that, you don't have a skill, you could show somebody who's hiring how to get money from the government to train you so you can get hired, so they don't have to pay you for training. Or there's what you want to do. The third thing is ask them, hey, what jobs are growing that I could get a short-term, education about, or training, a couple months training, and get a decent job out of this, and you can, and you don't need a degree or anything. They have a lot of money to get people credentials so they get a job right away. That's what they're all about. So you have somebody spending billions of dollars doing that, and you're trying to do it yourself. Oh, I'm going to go on Google. What the hell they have? Oh, maybe I am. Maybe. Nah, don't do that. These people do that every day, and they have money to throw at you if it matches up. So you go in, see if you match up with something, and then worst case, you're going to waste 3 hours. What'd you do the last 3 hours? I don't even know what the hell I did. No, we don't know. Okay. Also, besides the government. So, and here's a link to that too. There's a report on that that I have. It's called Jobs, Education, and Training. And there's a whole bunch of stuff, man. When you get this report, you'll see all kinds of stuff you could get. You can even go to college for free if you're over 50. Who would have thought? Actually, there's a lot of colleges now you go for free no matter what age. So find out all about that. That's Jobs, Education, and Training. Now, did I lose my place? Oh, no. Okay. So that's now the other place to look besides the, what do you call it? The Career One-Stop Center. There's two. You want to find nonprofits who do the same thing, because in addition to the government, nonprofits get grants from the government to do it themselves. See, that's another thing. This is how we expand the use of the government. The government gives money to nonprofits to do the work instead of having the government hire people and train them and things like that. So nonprofits want to do this. Okay, we'll pay you to do that. So there's a whole bunch of nonprofits in your area that will help you find a job, help train you for a better job, help you find money for you to live on while you're training for a job, all this kind of stuff. How do you find them? There's two really main ways. One is go to 211.org and put in jobs and training and stuff like that. Play around with their database a little bit, and you could call them too. That's what's nice about 211. You just get on your phone, dial 211. Do you know the number for 211? It's 211. Okay. And that's how you do it. Okay. The other one out there that's it's sort of the same thing in a way. And it seems they present the data a little better, but you can't call them. And that's findhelp.org. Okay. And the other one was 211.org. And then you put in your zip code and you get a local database, and then you could call people locally too. But 211, same thing. And you find local nonprofits. That means they're not going to charge you a penny. If you go Google like job training or something, you got these people that want $10,000 from you to get a skill, so you get a better job. No, you go here and get a skill for a better job. It costs zero. Absolutely zippo, nothing, nada. So that's where you want to go. Okay, so now we're going down the list here. What do we have left? So that's all the things, because you have the grants in the federal government. You want to check all the places, there's possibilities. I got them up there first. Then you have, okay, I maybe get a job now. Well, actually, the first one was you get somebody to straighten out all your problems with your credit card. What are you going to do with bills that are coming in? What are you going to do with bills tomorrow? You're not going to have money for a while, all this stuff. So that's what these financial counselors can help you think through, because you're going to bed worrying the hell out of your head. And you'll be doing that every night and not getting sleep and be miserable. And then you have to go to look for a job and you're miserable. No, you want to get that out of your head and know what you're going to do if money doesn't come in. They've been through this before. These counselors know that. So they'll help you with that, help you think through the best way to do it and know your options. The whole thing of fear is you don't know your options. And you think, the bulldozer's coming to your house. Well, no, there's other ways to stop the bulldozer and everything. And they know those. So that's why you want to get armed so you don't have that fear every day of your life. And that's what makes you sick inside, I believe, the worry, and carrying that around there. Okay, so we have that. Okay, the last way is making easy cash. That sounds nice, doesn't it? Create easy, fast cash, full-time or part-time, using your computer or telephone with no cost, no boss, and no commitment. This is the gig economy, man. This is the neatest thing. Talk about a Band-Aid when you're bleeding, man. This is wonderful. And that's what this is. Now, you have to start. If you haven't done something like this before, it's going to take a little bit, but it costs nothing. So I have a report here on the gig economy. And that's all you have to do is go through that, try some. It costs nothing to try. Now I don't know where the hell I did with well, members will know. Here it is. If you have the report, you get. But it's anything. If you don't know anything about the gig economy and you don't want to read anything I have, just go to gig.indeed.com. Okay, that's a good place to get started. But don't pay anybody money who promises you to get money. That's the biggest lie there is on the internet. Just give me money and I'll get you money. No, giving them money gets them money, not you money. And that's why the people that give money are not in Google, because Google needs money. So anybody who advertises in Google has to pay Google. So Google, the people I'm telling you about, none of them, ask for money. They just give money. So every website I give you are websites that only give you money, never ask for money. That's what I think. Somebody should have did this. Actually, the government should be doing this. Damn it. Why the hell are they doing it? I've been hoping the government's been doing this for the last 40 years. And that's why I probably only have 15, 20 years left. So I better hurry up and build this database so people know. Because the government after 40 years is going to do this. And even the pandemic, yeah, they try. It's not that it's a conspiracy theory. It's just they can't get along with each other because it takes a lot of organization. And not that I'm doing this one man, but it took me 40 years. So that's what you want to do. Use that. That's a good fast tool to get cash. Maybe it's a stupid little job of picking colors on a on a website to help the robots make a decision, and they pay you. Maybe you can make $100 a day to do it. Great. It's stupid work, but if you need $100, man. Where else you gonna get it? You go knocking on doors, deliver pizza? No, they don't do that anymore. So you got to do something like that. So this is set up. This report is really set up for members of Let's Go Help. All the links. If you're not a member of Let's Go Help, then you could go to that free thing that it's called www.free.letsgo.com/free training, and there's reports and sources to help you find everything I'm talking about. Okay. So I don't want to leave anybody out. I'd love to give it all for free too, but I got to keep a business so I can help people. If I'm not in business, I can't help anybody.